Hello YouTube. Haven't made a video in a while, but as you can see, outside is spring. So no ski rolls today. Or for the last little bit we had an early spring. So I got instead of a ski roll, I got a 1985 Honda 250 Big Red that needs some work. I've had this for a few years. I have a few Hondas besides ski rolls. I collect Hondas. A couple, nothing too nice. I think I have a video of my 125 XL Honda doing an oil change on it. So what I need to do to this thing, well, I've done a couple things. I already changed the petcock there a couple weeks ago. It was leaking really bad. The carburetor needs a rebuild kit, and the choke too, which I've ordered. It's not in yet. The front suspension, it needs a lot of attention. You can see right here it's all leaking and boots are no good. Needs brakes. I got brakes coming in. I got those groove shoes, whatever, for the front and rears. They should be waterproof. Now I gotta replace that nut and bolt. I gotta replace that. That one snapped off, so I'm hoping to get that off since I have this all apart. I got I got a few parts for these Big Reds. I have an extra set of front strut or shock or whatever. Take off one of these. But yeah, I thought I'd make a video on this. I haven't made a video in a while. I apologize. It's just that not much to do in the spring or summer. I mean, I can work on these sleds. I mean, the only thing I've been working on is this hood for my SX440. It's pretty much almost ready for primer. I haven't picked up primer yet because I've been sick. If you probably might notice in my voice, or I may be sniveling a little bit. So I'm stuck at home because of restrictions for COVID. I got tired laying in bed or on the couch, so I came outside into the garage and work on this. I got the new oil seals and dust caps for this, and the rubber boot that goes over it. It should be coming in today. Same with the oil I'm going to put inside the forks. Hopefully at some point today they'll come in. There should be. I'm just going to put ATF oil. I've seen people put I watched a couple of videos of people putting ATF oil in there. Said that fork oil. Same thing. This joint is going to be ridden. It is no show machine. I mean, I got one kicker panel right there. And not a half-assed bad seat. And keys. This thing runs fine. Like, it runs perfect. Like, starts right up. It runs and drives perfect. But the carburetor's leaking pretty bad. I noticed in the last time I took it for a ride, the carburetor's leaking pretty bad. So I think the bowl gasket's shot. I know I need a new tail light, but that's not one of these bulbs are burnt out. All the headlights work besides the one back here. I can't remember which one side it is. The diff oil's good. The engine oil's good. I've replaced all that stuff. The tank is probably the nicest tank I've ever seen on a Big Red. There's not a lick of rust and it looks brand new inside. Not even dents. Not many dents. I had another 250 I sold last week. I don't like having duplicates of things, especially 250 Big Reds. I mean, if it was nicer shape, I would have probably kept it, but it was a pretty rough shape compared to this one. This one was nicer shape. I even had the Honda Speedo on it. You get the Honda Speedo right here. I had that and worked, but I don't want it because I'm just going to destroy it. And if I took it off, it'd probably sit around. And, easier just to sell it with it. I don't really care about that stuff. What I'd like to get is another Trike SX250 between 1985 and 1987. I'd be happy to get one of those. I really want one of those. So yeah, I'm going to begin work on this. I'm going to hook up to the winch up here, lift that front end up, and we're going to start taking this thing apart. Well, I probably should take that nut off. I'm going to spray that right there with some penetrating oil. And we're going to try to take this whole axle out and see what we can do. Alright, so I sprayed everything with penetrating oil here, there, and on the other side, so hopefully everything comes off nicely. I drive this thing through a lot of water, so I don't really know. And this broke all free. There we go. Screw that off. I'm going to leave these on here. I'm going to hope I can break this axle free. I know this tends to seize up. Oh, oh nice. It's spinning. That's good. That's awesome. Alright, so I got to disconnect the brake cable and everything off that side. And I'll probably put this thing up on the winch, hold on to the rack here. And we'll take this all apart. Alright, so we got it up in the air on the winch. We're going to take all these nuts off and take this axle out. Oops. Hopefully this comes out easily. I think I've had this one out before. When I first got it, I owned this thing since 2018 or 2019 I bought this. It's my last big ride since I bought it. I got a parts machine out back. And my other one I sold. But let's see. Hopefully this comes out nice and easy. I think it should. I greased it. I can see some anti-seize grease on it. I should probably lower this just a little. There we go. Keep it off the ground just a little bit. I haven't done this in a while. It seems to be coming out. Should be out of that. I don't know if it's out of those threads yet. I think it is. Oh, there we go. Axle's up. That was easy. I'm lucky. I know a lot of times it can get hard to get out. And we have the spacer. This is all greased. I must have greased this before when I put it back together. I don't know what the reason was I took that out, but I greased everything. Alright. There we go. Not much for brakes there anymore. So I'm getting some new brakes for this thing. Alright, so we got the tire out of here. Alright, so I gotta take the front fender off, I gotta take the bracket off here, then I could take these get these bolts and for the shock here, so I can slide her out. So I gotta take this fender off. There's only, I think there's only two 10 mils here, 10 millimeter nuts, or bolts I mean. They're coming out pretty good. So. Maybe not, maybe I'm lying. Okay. You guys have been finding me too terrible. I've had some that just seize right up and they just can't get nothing out. The last big raid was like that. Everything was seized up, I felt like. And this one has not been that bad. It's shocking. Alright. There we go. Got one out. Washer. There we go. There we are. Fender's out. Just wash this thing too, you know. Alright, so I gotta take off these guys. Hopefully they come brake free. They should. Holy cow. Yep, that's stuck on there pretty good. I forgot to spray that down. Oh man. As long as it don't break anything. That makes it bad for a bad day if you break a bolt. Did that on my last 250 big red, broke the pegs, the foot pegs there, broke the two bolts right in the frame. That took forever. Ended up having to drill it out and put a whole new bolt and nut on the other side. And it's been like that since. Sold it like that. There we go. Screw these back in here so I don't lose them. I don't know what size that is, but imagine it's probably a 14. Yep. 14 mil bolts. Take one at a time here. Hopefully he's break free. Darn things in my way. Oh. I did spray that stuff in penetrating oil because I knew it would be a pain. Here we are. Got a mallet and a screwdriver. I'll just wedge it in here. Seems it's sliding ready. I've heard people having these things seized in here, but these ones might not be. I'm hoping. There we go. One out. You gotta take the bolt all the way out because I think the top one goes in this little groove right here. So these bolts have to come all the way out. Okay, sweet. One out. Get these two broken free. This is going way too nice. I'm used to working on junk that takes forever to take off. That one's still stuck. Yeah, I'm trying to get this quickly apart because I gotta go for a COVID test in a couple hours. I just have a head cold, but the government in this province thinks I have to sit at home because it's mandatory. Sit at home because I had some of the symptoms of a runny nose, of course, of all things, and a sore throat. So I'm stuck sitting at home, and I got tired of sitting around the house, so I thought maybe I'll work on this. And since I got a couple things coming in today, someone to pick it up for me, so that's sweet. Get something to do here. Because I got so sick and tired of laying in bed or on the couch. I can't do that. Oh man, this one's in there good. What a heck of a time. Come on. Probably took that brake cable all the way. Oh well. All the cables on this thing are not seized. I got another extra brake cable, I think, out back, brand new, in the packaging still. Alright, let's see if this guy will pry out of here. Oh, look at that. Sliding right out there right now. You know what? Ha! Well, that came off way too easy. Alright. Got it apart. It's all apart. Alright, so I took the old boots off. You want to keep these little clamps. I don't know if you can see that. It's like a little clamp goes on top of the boot. You want to keep those because that's what holds the top boot up there so it doesn't slide down. Took the old boots off. I just got to take this. There's an Allen key right here that drains out the shock. Yeah. Hopefully. Oh man. Hopefully this thing breaks free. Oh no. Maybe I'll grab some penetrating oil. There we go. Let that sit in there. I don't have the best Allen keys. Let me try this one down here. 6 mil. So it's a 6mm Allen key. And I hope, there we go. A little penetrating oil that helped out. There we go. There's a copper washer down there, I think. and get that out of there. I might not be able to. It's stuck in there pretty good. There we go. So here's the copper washer. You want to take that out too, don't forget that. Alright, so I'll grab my other one and I'll break that one free too, and we'll drain it out and see what this oil looks like. I could imagine it's gonna look like garbage. Alright, let's take a look and see what this fluid looks like. Oh man, that's disgusting. It's like gray. Oh man, that is disgusting. This is not all chunky, which is kind of surprising. Sometimes you take these out, they're all chunky. Alright, let's grab the other side, see what that one looks like. There we go. Oh, this one's pretty chunky. That's pretty nasty. Oh man. Oh, oops, got some on the table. This stuff is disgusting. Oh man. Yeah, it's pretty bad. It smells bad too. Oh, I guess you can't squeeze it. I thought you could squeeze it out, but I guess not. I guess the spring's still in there. Alright. Put this back in the one side, because I don't know if it matters or not, both sides or not. But, well, that's pretty disgusting. Ugh. I should have put gloves on. Oh well. Alright, so I got the shocks rebuilt. Got the new boots on them. So I end up using a different one. This guy, I had to take 3 of these apart. You can see this right here. This is the original chrome, I don't know what you want to call this, shaft, I guess. You can see that right there. That's all pitted. So that's the reason it was leaking. And I had to take apart a bunch of other ones, like this one's right pitted right there. I think, yeah, this is the original one. It's really badly pitted. And this was the other one, other side is pitted. And I had some spare ones, and they were pitted just as bad. You can see up there, they're pitted. That's pitted right there. These are the 2 best ones I got. One's not too bad. The other one has a little bit of pitting, but it's, I think it's this one. No, it's this one. It has pitting right there, but I think it's high enough that the shock won't hit it. I'm hoping it's the best one I had. So, yeah, they're all done. This is no tutorial video. I mean, there's another guy that does a really good tutorial video. I don't want to take it that long, so I'm just going to put it all back together and it'll be good. Alright, so got the whole front end back together, and let's check it out. Oh yeah, way better. Sweet. The only thing we got left to do is carburetor kit, which I don't have, and the rear bulbs. I got the rear bulbs, so we'll change that. Alright, so this bulb is burnt out, so it's going to take the 2 screws out. They're both Phillips, so I mean it's not too hard to change out. The only tough part is on the other screw, right here. Now, this thing is hard to remove. It just spins. It doesn't even screw anymore. It must be broken inside, or I don't know. So what I do is I pry down on this, and I wedge my screwdriver up in there, and I just loosen it off just enough so I can get to that bulb. I don't take the screw out all the way. A little more. It's tough, but you should yank down on it if you don't really care much about your plastic like I do. Just about, I think. Come on. There we go. There. I took the bulb out of this already because I had to get matching ones. Match it up. Hoping it's a bulb. I think it is, I don't really know. Got this. Shove it in there. Alright, let's check and see if it works. Aha! Look at that. Bulb works. Perfect. I always say take this thing up for a ride. Alright, after giving it all that abuse, I think the shocks held up, the front forks. Oh yeah. So yeah, took it for a little ride. 1985 250 big red. I didn't do the front bearings, they were still good actually. The axle was even seized in there. I still had I took the front end apart one time. I think I was trying to make the brakes work, and it still had the anti-seize grease I had on the axle. So I think they're still good, the front bearings and stuff. Just gotta do carburetor kit, choke, plunger thing. So I gotta rebuild the kit for that, and I don't know what else I gotta do. I think that's all. So yeah, if you guys like this, I know this is unusual. video. I usually do sleds. So I can always do more of these videos. So yeah, if you liked it, give it a like, subscribe. I know I haven't put a video in a while. This is just that it's no more winter, so I'm playing with my summer toys now. So yeah. Thanks for watching.